Hello my dear students. So this video is about the next part of the polymer for your Karnataka CET 2020. So in the previous video we discussed about some of the homopolymer and how you can remember the structure of a monomer with a short trick, how you can memorize or practice the partial structure as well as the main monomer, okay, and how to find out the monomers of a particular homopolymer. These all points we have discussed. I hope you find it very useful. So if you have not gone through the video, please check, okay. So the next part is about condensation polymerization, okay. So there are some example for the condensation polymers. Condensation polymers are nothing but what? When the monomer, especially when the different monomers undergo polymerization while bonding one polymer with another polymer, there is along with the formation of a polymer, some byproduct will be lost or some byproduct will be formed, like water molecule will be formed, okay, like a HCl and ammonia, like this some byproduct will be formed. So that process is known as condensation polymerization, okay. So here there are two with a heading we can study the condensation polymers. One is polyamide, one more is polyester. So what do you mean by this polyamide is that, as I told, when the two different monomer units will undergo polymerization, okay, when the two monomer will form a bond, the bond formed will be a amide bond, okay. This is what we're going to call it as a amide bond, okay. This acts as a link between the two monomer unit, okay. So this is called amide bond. So that's why n number of amide bond will be formed between the two different monomer units. We will going to call it as a polyamide. That's it, okay. So here for a Karnataka CET as well as for the theory exam, you have nylon 66 and nylon 6 are the examples. So for your CET exam, they may ask you about the partial structure or some of the monomers of this nylon 66 and nylon 6. So here the first one is, let us study about the nylon 66. So it's a short note through which you can remember its monomers, its partial structure and even the structure of a monomers. So nylon 66, one point, it is example for the polyamide, okay. So here the monomers are adipic acid, okay, and hexamethylene diamine. Adipic acid structure will be 4-methylene group will be there and the 2-carboxylic acid group will be there. Okay, very easy to remember. CH24, COOH and COOH. This is adipic acid. One more is hexamethylene diamine. Hexa means 6, methylene CH2 group. Okay, di means 2, amine means the 2 amine group will be here. So hexamethylene diamine. Okay. So it is an example for the copolymer. At the same time, it's an example for the linear polymer as well as it is an example for the condensation polymer. So this is like a simple information about the nylon 66, and the name why nylon 66 came is nylon is a place, okay, and 66 it's because in both the monomers you could see the number of carbon atoms are 6, okay. You could count here in methylene 4 carbon and carbon, totally 6, okay. In case of a hexamethylene, the name itself indicates hexa means 6, with a 6 methylene group means 6 carbon group are there. So that's why the name nylon 66. So this is the partial structure for the nylon 66, okay. You could see here, and one more point, you had to remember this partial structure because in one of the NEET exam of previous years, okay, they have asked the partial structure. So for that reason you had to remember this one, okay. So you could see when this hexamethylene diamine as well as this adipic acid are forming or undergoing a polymerization, there is a formation of a CONH bond. This CONH is nothing but what? The amide bond. Like this n number of amide bond will be formed. Okay, so some of the uses over here, sheets, in the preparation of a sheets, okay, and the bristles for the brushes, these are the application. Okay, so the next a polyamide that we can consider is nylon 6, okay. Don't get confused with the nylon 66 and 6. So nylon 6 is also a polyamide. The monomer is only one, that is caprolactam. We will going to call it as a caprolactam, or it can also be known as a 6-aminohexanoic acid, or it can also be known as aminocaproic acid. So all the three names you have to remember. Caprolactam, okay, the structure of caprolactam is here. The structure of a caprolactam, that is 1 2 3 4 5 methylene group, 1 carbonyl group, and 1 NH group will be there. Okay, that's why again we have got a 6 number over here. This is a structure of caprolactam. Okay, this caprolactam on hydrolysis will give the structure NH2CH25COOH, which we're going to call it as a aminohexanoic acid. Okay, so you can remember like a 6-aminohexanoic acid might be the monomer, or aminocaproic acid, or caprolactam. Okay, so this is a like what the structure, and the uses here, it will be used in the preparation of a tire cords, fabrics, or some of the ropes. Okay, and this is about what we could say about the nylon 6, which is a polyamide. Similarly, there is another condensation polymer, that is polyester. Okay, as I told, polyester, like how the polyamide, the number of ester bond will be formed when the polymerization will occur between the two monomer units. Okay, that's why the name polyester. So the functional group of ester, we know that C double bond, okay, O, or we will going to write C double bond O. This is how we will going to write. Okay, so this is ester. So example for the polyester polymers are terylene or Dacron. Okay, so one more example is a glyptol that we're going to study. So here for this, the monomers for this terylene or the Dacron are ethylene glycol. This is a one monomer, ethylene glycol. One more is terphthalic acid. Okay, so ethylene glycol, you could see ethylene like 2 carbon, okay, 2 hydroxyl group will be attached. So this is called ethylene glycol, the structure I have given. Okay, and here you could see for the terphthalic acid we have a benzene ring, okay, and we have 2 carboxylic acid group. Okay, so why the name ter here is like a tertiary position, like the fourth position we could consider. So if I consider with this carboxylic acid, the position of this carboxylic acid is like 1 2 3 4 at the 4th position. Similarly, from this carboxylic acid, if I count, the position here will be the 4th position. So that's why terphthalic acid. So these are the monomers, and here is the partial structure you could see. Okay, here you could see the ester bond over here. Okay, so that's why it is polyester. So it is used in the preparation of a clothing, some of the seat belts, like that. Okay, so this is like what the information that I am giving is just for your Karnataka CET exam, which how much it is important, that much I am giving. Okay, so now the next polyester is glyptol or alkyl resin we're going to call. So dear students, it is not there for your theory, but for your competitive exam, somewhere one question has appeared based on this one. So that's why glyptol, the monomers are, you can remember here, glyptol, if I divide, gly means ethylene glycol, okay, thal means phthalic acid. This is how you can remember. Okay, glyptol, gly means ethylene glycol, PTAL means phthalic acid. Okay, these are the two monomers with a structure. So the partial structure you could see over here. Okay, again you're going to get a ester group over, so that's why it is a polyester. So some of the uses here are the paints, in the preparation of a paints, as well as the varnishes. So this is about some of the condensation polymer. Okay, in the next video we're going to discuss about the rubber, natural rubber, as well as about the synthetic rubber, and how to remember the monomers of those natural as well as the synthetic rubber in a short way. Okay, I hope you find it useful. Thank you.